Alrighty, guys. I think hopefully you can hear me. This is uh Malta Airport, 4:40 a.m. Crazy on my way to Charles de Gaulle, Paris, and then Chicago, back to LA. And then I'll probably have to do Dubai, Abu Dhabi, hopefully Dubai and Abu Dhabi sometime in December. But on my end with PeaceCoin, some of the things that I had said I would investigate and figure out, I believe I have solved. And I think I have them solved in an amazing and miraculous way. So, um, to begin, I met with Ian Gauchi. Ian is probably one of the top attorneys in the world for um, blockchain internet. 17 years in the space around gambling and gaming and internet and creativity. Ian's my attorney in Malta. He's also the, excuse me, special advisor to the prime minister, to Silvio Chimbri, who's my friend, who is the economic minister. But Ian is the one who crafted the blockchain laws and regulations in Malta, but also understands US internationally, things like that. So he and I had dinner, went through the model, was concerned about where the foundation was. He was going to do some investigation for Liechtenstein or Zug or Zurich, some of these places that the foundation's a little bit easier. I thought it would take him, 30, 60, 90 days to sort of try and find the best jurisdiction because the structure we were trying to do was pretty unique. We did have some really good conversations about the idea with the tokens, um, to actually grant the tokens to the project. So then the tokens transfer to the project. And then if the foundation invests, the foundation's buying the tokens back from the project and the investors are buying from the project. And that helps a lot on legal and liability and things like that. So good progress there. And then the miraculous involvement, I think, had spent a lot of time with a guy named Tony Super, uh, United Nations SDG. So what he has is an SDG, a Sustainable Development Goal Investment Fund, $1.3 billion fund, set up almost identical to what we want to do, except he's been doing it with grants and equity. So that same first PowerPoint slide I did where grants and donors give money. And then from there, his SDG fund, $1 billion fund, can give grants down to projects, or they can decide to invest in projects. And if they invest, the returns come back up into the funds. They're not distributed back to the grant holder because the grants holders, have done donors. It's called a DAF, a donor access fund. But the structure, the legalities, everything that they've done, was very enlightening. The good news, he mentioned about being a fiscal sponsor, and my eyes lit up. Most people don't know what that is. The fact that I did, he got really excited about. As a fiscal sponsor, we basically, it'll take us 48 hours, and we are set up as a 501c3 charitable entity underneath his umbrella, which means all of the paperwork, filings, everything is done through his organization as our fiscal sponsor. So we potentially could launch PeaceCoin Foundation, within a matter of days, probably, a week or two, to get that set up. Then I went back to Ian afterwards and said, here's what I found. And he got excited because that obviously saves us about 90 days of research and being in another country and all that. I wasn't real comfortable with trying to do something out of Liechtenstein or Zug. So it's SDG Impact Fund. It already is exactly in the space we want to be in, set up almost identical, except when I walked Tony through the token side with the PeaceCoin and the democratization of investing and the fact that retail investors could invest in projects, he got really, really, really super excited because it's a creative structure that he had just never thought of, but got very quickly. So All that being said, Tony and I know the guys supposedly were working on some of the documentation in terms of the graphics. I think what would probably make sense is a call with Ali and the Centurion team to take the Cedar Coin document, wrap in the investment appreciation side with the token. And if we did all of that with PeaceCoin as a fiscal sponsor under a $1 billion SDG existing fund, I think we're there, and we're there pretty quickly. Um, and then some of the donors and stuff that he already has could participate down in PeaceCoin Foundation, and maybe vice versa. So that's been set up. Zulfikar, I'll send you a note. What I'd like to do, I'm back in LA in 24 hours, 23 hours. Try to set up a call with you and Tony for that introduction. He will also be in Dubai, Abu Dhabi. I think he'll be in Dubai in a couple of weeks. So I want to get the Zoom call in the next couple of days, have you on the phone, walk through, make the introduction, and maybe even get that process rolling if you guys, like each other, which I'm confident you will, but I always want to put the people together. And if so, that can move very quickly. And then separately, I want a phone call with Ian Gauchi as the potential attorney of record to legally make sure that we're structured properly. Um, and Zulfikar, also Ian. So Silvio Shimbri, who is the Minister of Economics for Malta, is coming into Dubai sometime in December. And I may work with them. I'm going to talk to Sylvia about what their interest in Dubai is. And then in January, Ian Gauchi's coming over along with Sylvia, along with the PM, the Prime Minister for Malta. So again, Zulfikar, I may circle with you on that conversation with Ian this week as well on the legal side, and then maybe be able to put you in a thread of introduction to um, Ian and the Minister of Malta and the Prime Minister when they're in January. So figured a video update's easier than trying to write all this up. Um, Hope everybody's doing well. If you've got questions, I'm going to post this obviously in the WhatsApp group. Just shoot some questions in the group, and I'll check, in between my different transfer points. Okay.